Hey, good morning, everyone. Alex here from Computer Headquarters. I'm here sipping my coffee and figured I'd make a little update to the good old Tri-Charge Stacking Slayer. Man, he is an absolute ripper now. Like, things are going great. I think it's only been 1 or 2 days since I made my last update, but my damage went from something like 15 million to like 110 million. Not even joking, guys. So, how did you do that, you ask? Well, number one is I tricked out my merc. I still have a lot more work I can do and maybe even get a different merc. But for now, I'm really happy about where things are with him. So this is the, the striker that does Enduring Cry. In fact, I just realized he's level 81. I think I can get a level 83. That's not a bad idea and swap all of his gear over. So I'll be on the lookout for like an infamous 83 striker, but he does Enduring Cry, which is what I wanted, so I can get my, since we can't triple charge stack like we could before with the Relicash boots, this is a way to kind of solve that problem. So I have my own Enduring Cry, and he has his Enduring Cry, and between the two of us, I'm getting myself up to the 10 endurance charges pretty regularly, pretty reliably. And he's also not dying now, which is awesome. And the reason he's not dying is because he has so much recoup. So let's start. My cat, if you hear weird noises, my cat is like jumping around my office behind me. But anyway, this ring is really good. I got it for a score of 9 divine. Negative 98 to lightning resistance is great. And then 25% of damage taken recouped his life. Now I copied this idea from good old Fub Gun. He made a video, probably the strongest mercenary in the game right here 4 days ago. I took a look at it. It's basically a merc for lightning damage. Now his merc is a Wrath Zealotry merc, and I don't even own that one right now. I'm going to be looking for one. I don't really need it. If I did use that guy, I would have to tweak it so I can still get endurance charges, and there are ways to do that. But for right now, this is working great. Okay, so, and you'll see that I'm going to showcase, I'm going to play for you guys, live playtest. All right, so he's using a Perkle's Toe for the lucky damage. He is using, so I basically copied Fub Gun as well on the helm and gloves, where I looked for, on the helmet, I looked for any helmet that had like 1,000 to maybe it was like 1,200, 1,400 something armor. And then, chaos resistance of over 30. And then any resistance, fire, cold, lightning. So this one had lightning on it. I went to the Harvest Craft bench and re-rolled the lightning into fire. And then I did the implicits with Eldritch Currents, or what are they called? The Eldritch Currency things. I forgot. The Ichors. So enemies that hit you have less regeneration and then recoup as well. And you can Blessed Orb your recoup if it doesn't roll perfectly. I also, like, Fub Guns, he did like tier 3 or something on the implicits. I just did cheapy tier 1. So this was like 100C or 50C or something. Okay, cheap. Same thing, all the stuff I did for the gloves, boots, and helm were cheap like that, like 100C type of stuff. So same story here. This had an open prefix. I just crafted percent armor. In fact, I think I can go a lot higher. Yeah, it goes up to 74%. I could re-roll that if I wanted to. No big deal. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to leave it. But I could get probably another 100 armor or something if I re-rolled the crafted armor. But it had, same thing, looking for chaos resistance. I think I looked for at least 28%. This had perfectly 28. And then any other resistance, just one pretty high. This one happened to have 2. I don't remember if I had to harvest craft any lightning off of it, but that's what you do. If you get lightning resistance, you just harvest craft it to a different one, right? And then I did the implicits here, which was suppress nerve enemies. And then boots. So Fublin's wearing replica Alberon's Warpath. I'll probably buy those eventually. That just makes it so if you're on a map that does reflect, your merc won't die to reflect. But I'm mostly going to be farming Uber Cortex right now, so I don't really need to worry about that too much. I mean, maybe I do, but whatever. I didn't want to spend the money. I will eventually. And so same thing here. This had an open prefix. I crafted flat armor. I think I had to harvest craft lightning into something else, and then I did the implicits again. And most of these things also, the helmet, the gloves, and the boots, not one of them had quality on them. So these are people that are just throwing bases that probably fell on the ground like this up for sale, that some of them even had empty prefixes or suffix type of thing, and they weren't even qualityed up. So a lot of times people will have stuff like this up for sale, and they're cheap, and I think they'd been for sale for a while, You know, sometimes it's like 10C, 50C, whatever. You just have to do a little bit of extra work for like 2 minutes and you're done. So I did regen per endurance charge because this guy is making endurance charges. I don't know if that's a good idea. I just figured it sounded like a good idea. And then drops brittle ground while moving. Figured that sounded good too. I honestly don't even know what the other implicits were. I just was rolling and saw those things and just stopped because it seemed good. He's wearing a regular Calm's binding. Of course, the Doriani's prototype, which I just realized my Doriani's prototype isn't even qualityed up. My lord, what am I doing? It's like, that's like 400 armor that I was missing right there. Okay, so we'll put that back on him. And then he is negative 165 lightning. Now, unfortunately, I'm using Purity of Elements right now to fill up my resistances. So when I'm in the map with him, he's going down to like negative 130. Eventually, I will get a Mageblood, I'll get Sublime Vision, and then I won't have Purity of Elements anymore. But this is fine. It's like negative 130 is great, okay? His fire is way over, his cold's way over, his chaos is even over. His armor is in a great spot. He is not dying. The recoup is keeping him alive. So a lot of excellent things going on with that guy. Now, as far as like investments, money stuff, I like talking about that a lot in this game. And it says I only have 27 divine, but I actually have way more because I bought an Awakened multi-strike last night for like 100 div as a investment. Like I'm going to be using it. It's like I want to buy a house and there's a car that I can buy that I can drive around for right now that I know is going to go up in value as I drive it. That sounds like a good idea, right? And you don't have to pay taxes on it. So that's what I did with this. I know that this is going to go up in value. The Mageblood should be going down in value. So I'll be holding this as I'm saving up. Now I rolled more almost every video I've been talking about, I roll precursors emblems and talk about how they're going. I rolled a couple really awesome ones yesterday. I rolled this one right here, double lightning per power charge, and I think it's perfect or one off of perfect. And also has % damage per power charge. So I put this up for sale at 100 divine. I don't know if it will sell for that, but I previously rolled 2 other double lightning damage per power charge and sold both of them for around 50 divine each, and those were with double lightning rolls with a junker third modifier. This has damage per power charge. I think I might need to go more like, I'm actually do this right now, I'm gonna put 90, and I think it will sell for at least 70 if I had to guess. I still have a Rational Doctrine. This is an easy sale, but at like 8 divine. I'm expecting these are going to go up to 20, 30 over the next week, 2 weeks maybe 3 weeks. They're usually always 30 divine. It's just still pretty early. So I think that if you're doing Uber Cortex like me, you might want to hold on to them if you can afford to. I think they'll go up. I also have a power charge. I got another power charge ring yesterday. I think I did 8 total, maybe 9 total precursor rolls, and I got another power charge. So I also swapped my power charge ring out to one that has ES per power charge, and I'm going to be constantly hunting for better versions of this. So this is a little bit better for me, and my ES is now up to about a little bit over 13K. I still have a lot of tattoos to do as well, but and I still have. Oh, and I got this one too. I got 3 huge hits yesterday. I got the double lightning roll, the power charge roll, and this one here. Additional curse, lightning damage, and damage per power charge. So I'm hoping. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get 46 for this, but that's my guess. That's where I put it up for. Additional curse is pretty rare, so the right person that wants the additional curse and then getting 2 more nice mods, they're going to want this. Now, can I get 46? I don't know. I might have to drop it down to 30. We'll see. And I have a couple others that are like 5 to 10 divine type stuff. But this one's 15. Energy, ES per power charge, movement speed, and suppress. That's a pretty good one. And then here, this one's 8. Crit multi, attack speed, damage. Yeah, this is a good one, actually. That's a lot of damage. I think the rest of them are more like 1 divine type. So, okay. That's my investments. That's what I'm working on. I've been mentioning this too. I think Elegant Hubris, 57 860s. These are going really cheap right now. I should keep buying them up. I think these are going to go 100 divine in like 2 weeks to a month. If people are going to be playing the league for a while, I think these are a good investment, just my opinion. I think as people go and they're like, I want to play a Valdo's Farmer type guy, this build is great. It's working fine, even though all the nerfs happen. So I feel like I'm forgetting to say something, but I think it's okay time to go start a map, unless there's anything I'm forgetting. I'm looking at my gear right now. Is there anything else I changed on my gear? I don't think so. I think I talked about my GG sword in the last video. This thing's sick. I probably will sell this at some point. because I think this is going to go up a whole lot as well. These are going to be worth like 150, 200 divine later. So I paid 35. I'm happy with that. And I'm not going to talk about this other strat too much, but I'm going to give you guys a hint. I grabbed these Relicash boots yesterday for a div, and they're great. And I grabbed this Malachi's loop yesterday for the same reason, and it's going to be really good, hopefully. I'm not going to talk about that, though, too much. So let's jump into an Uber Cortex. I'm shift clicking. I should be just clicking, right, or control clicking. Take a sip of my coffee. Confirm we have Awaken melee splash in. We do. Okay, let's jump in here and rip some monsters. So the clear, I think everyone in a lot of my videos last week, people were concerned about clear, and sorry, I'm terrible at playing and talking at the same time, guys. I know you're like, why are you going so slow? Because I'm like thinking and talking. I'm thinking about two different things. I'm thinking about what I'm going to say, and I'm thinking about what I should pick up. So, and I just woke up. I'm still drinking my coffee. But I think the clear is fine. And if you want more clear than this, it's pretty simple. You just get an Aureus End, and you can also do a General's Cry. And then you have better range, you have bigger explosions. But this is just Awaken Melee Splash, and it feels good. Now, also, I want to talk about Uber Cortex, because I love Uber Cortex. I was kind of getting annoyed because I was dying a lot, specifically in the boss, and now that I upgraded my merc and went from, like I said, about 15 million damage to about 110, I'm doing so much better and I'm not dying now, which is great, and my merc's not dying. So yeah, I'm going to do a POV with you after I do this demo, but I'm just feeling a lot better about it. I love Uber Cortex. You get a lot of base drops. Sometimes you just pick up a lot of bases. You throw them in the dump tab of like 15C, 25C, 50C, and they just sit there for a while sometimes, and then all of a sudden someone rolls through and says, hey, how many bases do you have? Oh, I've got 15, I've got 20. And okay, I'll take them all. And all of a sudden you made a couple div. So it doesn't happen right away. Like Paladin gloves are good. Conquest, these actually are not that good. I don't sell those too often. Divine crowns aren't bad. I'm just looking at stuff that's dropping. But like Lich circlets, Necrotic armor, Twilight regalias. I've picked up some sacred chainmails. No one's bought them for me yet. I do expect that someday some guy will, but at a certain point you start to be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't pick those up, and then someone will come through and they'll buy everything you have. And you're like, oh, I guess I should pick up, such and such again, like Warlock glove explosion right there. That was good. I'm gonna pick all those up. I've had Warlock gloves are great sellers. So, in fact, like titanium spirit shields are so good that I raised them from 15C to 25C, and then those were still selling so well, I moved them to 50C. And they're not selling as well at that price, but I need to come back and pick that. I'll pick that up on the way back, if I remember. Like I said, not always the best at talking and playing at the same time. Okay, I like to get that corner done, and then I'll jump into the boss fight. And so we go up here. Now I can easily do the fight with Awaken Melee Splash on, but Volatility is just so much more damage for single target, so I'm going to put it on. And my damage is, you're going to see if you've been watching my videos, my damage is so much better now. So I Enduring Cry first, use my Dead. Yeah, I use my Rage Flask, I use my Enduring Cry, I use my Frost Shield. I actually don't even have Sigil power yet. I'm going to work that in probably today. Yeah, you just melt. This is Uber Cortex. This isn't regular Cortex. Uber Cortex. Things are just melting. Now, my other problem I was having with dying is my merc was dying because a lot of times when you're fighting these guys, when they die, they'll leave a degen on the ground, and you can't even see it. It's invisible. But if you stand in it, you'll feel it, and the merc was dying really easily to it. Now that I have the damage recoup on him and all the armor, he doesn't die to it anymore. It's awesome. So now that, and what would happen is he would die, and he's Enduring Crying me, right? So I was getting, and he also has his own endurance charges, and I'm gonna, let's see, I can pause the game, right? Can I do P to pause the game? Yeah. I have Supreme Grandstanding on my Elegant Hubris, and so I'm stealing, quote unquote, charges from him. I'm not stealing them, I'm borrowing them, or he's giving me charges. He's not losing them, but I'm getting them from him. in addition to his Enduring Cry, in addition to my Enduring Cry. So, it's good. Okay, let's see how fast we kill this phase. Excuse me. Almost instantly. Had to get a sip of coffee there. Yeah, so I Enduring Cry right off the bat. They're just dead. Just dead. You know, like, I feel like my damage right now feels like when I had 300 million damage in Settlers and in Freesia. I don't know if the POB is just wrong and I have way more damage than I actually have, but it's just melting stuff now that the Merc's doing the negative lightning resistance. It's so strong. Streamer luck. Nope. No luck. Okay. So I'm just going to be, just in case, because I'm talking, I don't want to forget this on the ground, because that's worth good dust. That's good dust, guys. Okay, back in town. So that was Uber Cortex. Very easy. I love Uber Cortex. I wish the Rational Doctrines were selling for more, but that's fine. I also wish that Garb of the Ephemeral was dropping off of Uber, not regular. Let's take a look at POB. All right, so here is my POB. I have Solaris, Takahama, I'm stationary, I'm using charges, I have Onslaught, I'm fortified, I have 40 rage, I'm on consecrated ground, I have one enemy nearby, I'm on Frost Stage 4, I'm doing lightning exposure. If anyone ever wondering about that, it's because I have cast on damage taken with Wave of Conviction. I have enemies are at close range, which is very important for my hit chance because of my accuracy node that I'm taking. Enemies are shocked. Yes, I believe I'm shocking probably now for about 30. And then the enemies have negative 130 lightning resistance because of the Merc, right? Now, I also am wearing Perquol's Toe, so my damage with hits is lucky. And yeah, you can see damage through the roof. Now, one huge change I made last night was I checked on here on my link with my Frenzy Onslaught. I was wearing Awakened Lightning Penetration, and it was a 6. Let me throw this in here. It was a 620. Why did that not save? I think I must have clicked something. 620, right? So let me just show you this, okay? So this is me right now, 110, and I apologize. Are my flasks even on? I think that, yeah, okay, good. My flasks are on, good. Back to that skill thing here. So this is what I was wearing. Let me turn this off and this on. So this is Awakened Lightning Pen without Awakened Elemental damage with attacks, right? 91 million. Take that off, put Awakened Elemental damage with attacks, 110. So like 20 million damage by swapping into Awakened Elemental damage with attacks. Pretty sick. So that's different than the build I was playing last league, because once you're penning, your Merc's penning so much that doing a lightning pen isn't what you want, right? So that maybe that seems pretty obvious to a lot of people, but I wasn't expecting it to be that aggressive. Of course, you guys, did you hear the ting? Was there a good trade? Yeah, it's just, see, this is probably someone where if I message them, I say, how many do you want? He might say like 5. He might say 1. He might just want the 1 pair. They're rare. So, yeah, 1 pair. Okay, so I'm going to finish up the video. That's pretty much it. I'm going to be farming up. I'm going to be continuing to make Precursors rings. I'm going to be running Cortex maps. I'm going to be maybe starting to farm some Valdos and saving my money to get a Mageblood and a Sublime Vision and the right Impossible Escape and Awaken Multi-Strike again and some other really fun stuff. There's a huge change I'm making in the build this league that I didn't have in Freesia or in Settlers, and it's going to make my damage go even higher. I am expecting, I was at 300 million damage in the last two, the Freesia and the Settlers. I think I'm going to be at 400, 500, 600. I'm just saying. I think that right now. As long as I can keep saving money and buying upgrades, I think I'm going to get there. So stay tuned for that. It's going to take, it might take a month to get there, but I'm going to be playing the whole time. So I'm excited. Feels good to be, I feel like I'm back. And thanks for anyone that's been watching the journey. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.